Hey everybody, Eezore here, and in this video I'm going to explain how events work for the game Farm Together. Now, what happens with events is the game pretty much always has an event going. It usually lasts for about anywhere from 1 week to 2 weeks, and it's about they take about anywhere from 7 to 10 days off. It just always kind of goes through rotation. It's just a part of the game, they always have it up. Unfortunately, they are the same ones on repeat non-stop, which means that if you did some last year, you got them this year as well. So for example, I did a couple last year for like the Valentine's Day as well as the New Year's, and I think some of the Christmas ones, and that's just they just kind of keep coming back every year. So they do save your progress, but it's the fact that they're not always new. So for this particular one, I'm looking to harvest coral. This is done. It's a tree, and you can just literally plant it right off the bat. Once you get to the level, once you do, you just have to harvest so much of it. They come up every spring and summer, and they're worth gems, so it's actually something we want to definitely plant regardless. Once you kind of level up a couple of times, you do end up getting another one as well. It's a fish, and these actually give you gems, which is awesome. But that one, you need to catch 100 of them for the final tier. I think it's 25 for the first tier, and it definitely takes a while. Now the trick with events is that you can not only do it at your farm, but you can also go to other people's farms. So when you go to other people's farms, you just can try to find their coral or whatever their event item is at the time, and then you can go harvest them. The really nice thing about event items is that you get credit for the quest when you harvest them, and the person who owns a farm gets credit for the quest when you harvest them. When you go to other people's farms, all you have to do is just hit find farms. I would look for this particular one, since you're looking for someone who the coral comes in the spring and the summer. I would look for anyone in the spring, potentially even winter. That way you can join in and you can potentially get it. Just kind of keep an eye on it. They do sometimes don't have them, but also there's just sometimes issues as far as finding them. So I just jump into a random person's farm and start looking around. They show up as a bright green. This particular one is actually right here, and as you can see, it's already been harvested. So someone came through, or the owner came through and they harvested it. So all you do is just, you look for them, you can't find them, you go ahead and leave. Now I'm gonna jump over to the next one. Like I said, that's just for this event, this particular one, the aquatic one. Other events, like some of them I've done in the past, you had to get pinwheels, and that's actually a crop that you have to plant. You could have planted, I think it was 400, and you had a limit. You can only do a maximum of 400, and then you had to kind of keep getting them. And that one was really annoying because you always had to be planting, and you had to get, like, I think the final one was 25,000 pinwheels. That takes a long time. I joined this random person's farm, was looking around, and I actually noticed that they did not have the event. I didn't see any light green anywhere on here. I kind of looked around a little bit, but I did not see it anywhere. So again, bad example, but I wanted to show you that sometimes people just don't have them. So you want to just definitely keep in mind that sometimes you will join farms that either A, you can't harvest them, or B, they might not have them. Join another one, and right off the bat, I think it was, they actually have a little spot even too that just says event, and it shows you right then and there. So that's pretty cool. You can just go ahead and jump down there. That was really nice actually. But you just have to look around for that bright green, and as you see, it's just like everything else. You can see if it's harvestable or not. So once you find it, jump down there and harvest it. It's, like I said, it's gonna be different for everybody, so you won't have the exact same one, but just kind of keep jumping around until you get them. And that's about it. That's really all there is to events, is just gathering them on your own farm, as well as jumping to other people's farms and trying to get them there. I will say two very important things if you're going for events. Try not to collect them yourself, just because when other people join your farm, they might be looking to get some coral, or they might be looking to get whatever that particular event item is. And if you're farming it yourself and they join up and they can't get it, like I said at the beginning, if someone else farms it on your farm, or if you farm it on someone else's, both of you get credit. So there's really no rush on getting it unless it's like the last day and you need it as fast as possible. So now the biggest reason to do events is just the event items. You get certain ones, like you get different cosmetics. They all can kind of get outlined in green. The really big thing is you actually keep some of the event items after the event is over. So for example, I'll be keeping the coral and the fish. I have Easter bunnies from the Easter event, and I have unicorns from, I think it was the Valentine's Day event. So you do keep the items, and they're good, usually good for gems. So definitely a plus is to do the event. That's all there really is to it. So if you have any questions about the events, go ahead and leave it a comment down below. Like I said, they all kind of work the same way, but yeah, they all have different things you have to gather. So just kind of keep that in mind. It might be a little bit different from whatever event you're on right now. Thank you all for watching. I'm Eezore. Until next time, keep your story going.